I don't.
You're welcome back. It's Mental Health Week. We had Mental Health Day yesterday, and we're talking about mental health as a universal human right. I had Sophia in the studio yesterday, and then Sophia is back with me in the studio, and we're going to be solving one of the major challenges. One of them is about people insisting that you cannot understand. You know, people say, "Oh, you can't understand. You don't know what I'm going through." How can we understand if you don't tell us? What is the solution to bridging the gap? Especially like I'm a young teacher now. I have young people who I teach, and then sometimes in a bid to be able to get across, I want to be able to understand. How do we solve that problem?
Okay, first of all, the notion that you cannot understand, I get that people genuinely feel like nobody can understand what they're going through because you're the one going through it.
Yeah.
You're not in my shoes. You cannot necessarily know what I'm going through. But I'm an advocate for sharing. Sharing is caring. So you should share. Speak up. One of the things that helps me when I'm in that space, that dark space, is talking to people.
Oh, yeah.
You don't necessarily have to speak to everybody. I just think it's very important to have that one person that you can talk to, that, okay, even though you have somebody that you can talk to, that person also needs to have like a dumping site, so to say.
So that you're
quote
not
and
the
unquote.
person who everybody's dumping on, and
Exactly,
then you don't have
an
anywhere
avenue to-
where you don't. Yeah,
Exactly.
let me also say that Sophia Bimbola is a first class student. You know, all those 4 points, some, all those top. Yeah, so she's one of those scholars as well, and in their final year.
Yeah.
And the question to ask will be, for those, you are doing well, so, and you are still saying that your mental health is challenged.
It is challenging.
Now, if I'm now on a 2.0, how do I cope? I mean, because the question will be, you're doing well, you're supposed to be happy. Just like Rashid said, Rashid was saying, money. Some people say, I want to pass my exam. You are passing your exam and you have money too. Oh, yeah, we think you have money. You're passing your exam, you have money. And so what is your problem? What again? Those of us that don't have money, those of us that are not passing exam, we understand if we say we have problem. What's your own problem? What are you thinking about? What's giving you mental health problem?
Okay, first of all, this is to those people that they're not doing so well in school, not because they're not trying.
Exactly.
Some people are really trying.
Some people are
They're putting
making
in their
effort.
all, but
Yeah.
it's just not working out. To those people, I'd say that all fingers are not equal. You have to understand that you should not run with other people's clock.
Hey,
Exactly. It's very, very important.
Yeah, right.
So you have to understand that, okay, I'm trying. Maybe this is not my path. I'm not saying that school is a scam. It is not though. School is very, very important.
Yeah,
Education
right.
is key.
Yeah, but
right?
you may have other
But at the
skills
same-
where you are
exactly,
stronger
that
than the
you
person
need to
that is doing
exploit.
well.
I would just advise people, just try to get through school. Really, just get that certificate, and then you can pursue. Because I know quite a number of people in my class, in my college, that are genuinely not interested in what they're studying. It's just about, oh, my parents is asking to come study this. They want to be able to say, oh, my daughter is a lawyer. My son is a lawyer. Is this? Is that? Is that?
My
So
son
yeah,
is a
just
doctor. My son
to
is
give
an
them bragging
accountant.
rights,
My
right?
daughter is an accountant. My daughter,
So you
my
can-
friend is a doctor. Yeah.
You can get that certificate for them. You just have to strive through that process.
And then do
if there are
something for
people
your
that
own self.
understand, yes, then do something for yourself. Just take that pain to get through that time in your life. It's a very dark time because you don't even want to be here. But if you have absolutely no other choice, you just have to acclimatize and understand that, oh, this is something that you have to get through. And for those that think that because you have good grades, you're doing well in school, and you present as somebody that is all right, quote and unquote, doesn't necessarily mean that your mental health is all that.
Wow.
We like to present the best image of ourselves, but there are times that even I'll be feeling down, and still, because I have to go to class, because we have to keep up that image and, just strive to do well in school. I have people just look at me. That's why I mentioned yesterday that your physical
appearance.
your mental health affects your physical appearance. People will just look at me, Sophia, you always look tired though. What's the problem? Like, it will just show on your face. People can see that you're not fine. So it's not about having good grades. There are things, it could be in my personal life, it could be a past trauma. You don't know what somebody has gone through, what they went through at the early stages of their life. You can never really tell what has happened to anybody or what's going on in their head or whatever they're going through.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not just all about grades and then money at times, although money is very important.
Yeah. Sophia,
But,
yeah. In closing, I'm going to ask you about the language of mental health, communicating and people just banding words around. You know, people say things and then they don't know the import of what they just said. People just throw words around, and I'm like, did you just know what that meant? Do you see the value in what you just said? What do you say to people and that choice of words and its effect on mental health?
You mean like that choice of words
To
what
other
they
people,
say
you know,
to
somebody says,
people that,
"Oh, you look crappy," "Oh, you look stupid," "Oh, you
Oh.
look." I mean, and then somebody just says something, and then they think that it will fly, and for days,
It
for
won't,
weeks,
it won't.
for
People will be
months,
thinking
the
about
thing
it.
keeps up in your head. Oh, you're not looking healthy. Oh, you're looking sad. You are looking terrible. I mean, and then the person's like, "Am I looking terrible indeed?" Like, and then every time you want to go out of your house, I mean, that word begins to stay in your skull.
People need to be very careful with their words.
Hmm.
Words are very hurtful. They're like eggs.
Hmm.
Once they drop, once you say it, you can't take it back. You can't take back your
Ọmọ
words.
àgbà, ṣe ẹyin lọ̀rọ̀. Tó bá ti jábọ́, you know,
Oh,
it's
is it
Yoruba,
common?
Southwest
Exactly.
Nigeria. Yeah.
So it's very important for you to understand. You don't have to necessarily be empathetic, but just understand.
You should be
that.
empathetic. One of the things that we teach in mental health advocacy is empathy.
Really?
Yes, it's important for you to be empathetic. As students, as teachers, as staff, we should be able to put ourselves in other people's shoes. And when we do, it will make you respect the person. It will
But
make
some
you
people are not
understand.
able to be
They must
empathetic.
learn empathy. It's a
Okay.
skill that
That's
we
very
all must learn,
important. It is.
or else our workplaces are going to be toxic, our classrooms are going to be toxic, our work everywhere around us is going to breed toxicity. So I think that we must learn and be careful of what you say. You know,
Very
don't
important.
just say
Very, very
rubbish.
important.
Don't use
Don't go
words.
around saying, "Oh, you are fat. What is that? Don't do that. Oh, your thing." You don't know what anybody is
But
going
you know,
through.
the problem is the fact that sometimes people say that they're frank. You know, I had that challenge at some point in time in my life,
frank,
and
you're
you know, I wanted to be
disrespectful.
very brutal, honest. You know, that I say things as they are, but later, immediately you begin to see the effect of what you say and how it affects people. You will understand that sometimes you should not say rubbish.
Yeah, you really should not.
Yeah, and I'm going to enjoin everyone who's listening to us. Before you say that word, before you pass that comment, give it a thought. Protect your mind. Be kind to your mind. Have a nice rest of the day. We'll go back to music. Enjoy the music between now and the next show. Dance a little bit is good for your mental health, and then speak to somebody who loves you.